What's up, creepsters? Welcome to part 2 of the Ranting Ring. We had so much saucy sauce to talk about, it spilled over. So, continue, Daniel.
Well, actually, I'm going to give you your turn next because I wrote down on this list something you told me to, TikTok distractions. And I think what you said, I were talking about at the time, was people using TikTok to distract you from other things that are going on, like the government or whatever. I wrote it on the list for a reason.
Yeah, like, okay, I don't know if you guys know, me and my friend Becky have a silly channel called Stupid Darlings, and we just, like, do crazy stuff. And we did our first reaction video, and it was on this thing that's going around, the elites eating mermaids. And I'm like, come on now, you know, first of the year, it's the drones. Then it's the aliens. Now we're eating mermaids. I didn't even know mermaids existed. Okay, let's back it up and let's talk about that first.
Good news, they do not.
Like, but that's my point. And people are buying into this garbage, and there's some real-ish going on in the world. And, oh, we're too busy. Blah, 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 blah. Do not be distracted. It's a distraction. I'm telling you. All right, that's all.
Wow.
I didn't buy into it because I don't believe in the BS. But I did a show on it because I'm like, hey, everybody's talking about it. What's all this ish about? You know what I mean? So I'm kind of perpetuating the problem too, I guess.
The long and short of it is these
digress.
Damn kids today don't have any attention span, so you can't make a video over 2 minutes or, ooh, I'm bored.
Yeah.
You know what?
Everything's instantaneous. They gotta know right now, and if not, man, on to the next. It's disgusting.
From us older people, there's an old wise saying that says, a little bit of knowledge is a dangerous thing. So you're getting 2-minute tidbits into people's lives. I don't know.
And a lot of it, too, though,
I know a lot of people like it. I just never have. It's not my thing.
I like it for the fun aspect of it. I don't like, now I forgot what I was going to say, but I was going to say a lot of it, too, is just, I don't know, a lot of things that tick me off about it are, like, just stuff that goes viral, like...
Well, that's what ticks you off about it. What talks you off about it?
I'm going to snort cinnamon. Like, I'm in the hospital. Like, that is so asinine, you know? Like, why don't you do something productive on TikTok?
Because kids are stupid, and now they can show everybody how
stupid. Though I don't think kids are stupid. I think they're ignorant because they have never been shown that you can live outside of the box.
Kids are enabled because nobody comes along and tells them that they are stupid.
You do.
Yeah. And if more people did, maybe some of the stupid shit would come to an end. Everybody, I
don't think so.
That's just what they
I think it's now. The culture.
That's just what they do now.
It's the culture.
What do you mean that's just what they do now? That makes it not stupid?
I never said it wasn't, but I'm just saying...
That's just what they do now.
It's the norm, even though old people like us think it's just idiotic. It's the norm because...
See, now what you're doing is confusing two words. You want to call it normal. It's not normal. It's usual. And
you're absolutely right. I don't think it's normal either. I think kids need to get the heck off the computers and the phones and the TikTok, blah, 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 and go outside, talk face to face. You want to meet somebody? Don't be hitting up this one-night friend BS. Go outside. Go to a restaurant. Talk to people. Make friends. Face-to-face interaction.
And, that's...
And if you get mad at them, you can't say, I'll block you.
I've heard that response about a lot of things that...
I don't get this generation.
That this generation does. Oh, it's fine. There's like 100,000 other people online that do it. That don't make that shit normal.
I have a question.
That don't make it normal.
And I'm going to ask you guys out there, too, because this is very prevalent now. It's becoming prevalent now, and it will be even more so in the future. AI friends / significant others. How do you feel about that?
Frankly, I have a big problem with... For one thing, I have a problem with only having online friends, let
He
alone
does.
having an
But
AI thing. No, you know what you're doing?
Sometimes people are socially awkward, and it's very hard to make friends.
Guess what, though?
I only have 2 friends.
I never heard these bullshit
really
excuses when I was a kid because they weren't accepted.
Yeah, that's true. When I, like looking back, my mom's like, because I'm a lot like our son when I was little, so my mom's like, I bet you had autism. But back then, they didn't even know what it was. They just said, shh, straighten up, quit crying, or quit freaking out. They would just say, straighten up. They wouldn't say, oh, honey.
And people let their kids get into all these different stupid ass things.
Such as?
Because, for one thing, it takes over some of the parenting. Just things.
I'm guilty of.
I don't want to get too specific because I don't want to
offend anyone.
I don't want to offend anyone in particular. This isn't what this rant is about.
No,
there's plenty of things that y'all do out there that I don't agree with and won't agree with. But I'm not trying to talk about that. I'm not trying to offend any of you.
I'm sure people don't agree with us.
I'm sure I've already offended some people. But I'm not trying to target anybody.
No, absolutely not.
But there's people out there
that at all.
Their kids do stuff that they sure as hell didn't do when I was that age. Things that are questionable in my mind.
Okay.
Okay, and that's part of the problem right there.
Right. I'm
Things are different. Why are we changing the rules?
I didn't. The society does. I don't. You just.
Okay,
I don't agree
there's my
with
point.
it. And there are a lot of things that I wouldn't let our son do that a lot of people would let their sons do.
All the atheists and stuff like that are going to jump on my back for this, but
Jesus is Lord.
Here's the thing. I, personally, now I don't expect everybody to live their life like I do. Let me make that clear.
No.
I understand that we're all different.
I am far beyond perfect.
But I, myself, am a Christian.
Mm-hmm. Me too.
And some time ago,
I'm a Christian witch.
The good Lord came down and he set out a set list of rules.
Yeah.
And he didn't say, until that ain't cool anymore. He did not say.
So, like, what are you talking about? You don't want to get in specifics, I don't
No,
think.
let's just say people that consider themselves progressive, you're not progressive. Nobody changed the rules. They were put in place for a reason.
Yeah.
That's like, is murder going to be acceptable someday? Because you got to get with the times. That guy pissed him off. You're allowed to shoot people when they piss you off. Now get with the times, bro.
That gets, when you're finished, you just brought up a rant that...
I don't believe in getting with the times. I think that's the most ridiculous phrase I've ever heard in my life. You know what you want to get with something? Get with some damn parenting. How about that? Get with some parenting.
Get with some morals.
Start setting some guidelines.
First of all, for real.
Some of you parents out there don't even know what the F I'm talking about because you don't even know all the weird shit that your kids are into.
Yeah.
Get in touch.
I didn't.
Get in touch and get in tune. And remember what I said earlier. Just because there's 150,000 other people online doing something doesn't make it normal.
No, it doesn't. It's just acceptable to a lot of people.
How many people killed themselves thinking they were going to be taken in the tail of the Hellbound comet some 15 years ago? Did that make it normal because a bunch of them did it?
That was sad.
It did not.
That was sad, but it shows how people as a society can get brainwashed. And a lot of those people that belonged in the cult were lonely, outcasts, just looking for acceptance. And that's what's sad.
The point is...
And it's sad to me.
Okay. Here, let me make my example clear.
All right.
Unless you're a freaking racist pile of garbage, I don't know very many other people in our country who agree with the Ku Klux Klan.
God, no.
But there's a bunch of them. So does that make it normal to go out and hate monger, commit hate crimes and stuff like that? Because there's a bunch of yous? There's a bunch of you? Well, guess what? Remember what we consider to be a bunch as a whole to this world that we live in. You know what? 100,000 people ain't shit. We got like 6 billion. You know what I mean? So Anyway,
I was gonna say something, but now I forget.
do you have any final thoughts on that particular rant?
I don't know. Just, dudes, if you're young, there's something to be said about face-to-face socializing, interaction.
Oh my gosh, thank you.
You know, I understand about if you're lonely and you want like a bot for a friend or whatever, but nothing will replace a human being.
Thank you for bringing it back to the original point, because we colored way outside the lines, and I was starting to make an original point, and then I just went off on some other stuff.
We got 10 minutes left, so.
Yeah, and we're going to wrap this up and then move on to something lighter hearted than this, okay?
Please.
The point I was getting ready to start making is don't engage in all this weird stuff just because a lot of other people do it.
Right.
You're using
Be true to yourself.
What you're doing is you're using the internet as a damn crutch.
Mm-hmm.
I can't make any friends. Hey, this is my friend. Guess what? If you can't make any friends out here, you can't make any real friends on there.
I don't know. I don't necessarily agree with that.
You don't have to.
I don't. I think that it's better to go out and have friends like that you can
You're using a crutch.
with, but I think there's something to be said because you've always had friends. You've never been lonely, and you've never been.
That's not true.
Really
I've
desperate.
I moved 30 times when I was growing up.
Well, think back. If you were little and you didn't have friends and you were moving, if you had the option to talk to a GPT that was like a person, I think you would choose to do so.
If I was my own parent,
I would.
If I could go back in time and be my own parent, I wouldn't allow this shit. That's where it starts.
Yeah, I don't know. We
No, you're not spending all your time talking to these fake friends online. Get your ass out of the house and go see those little jackass kids across the street.
No, because nobody's out there.
Those are your new friends. You're going to find them. Yeah, they are. Because I'm having a whole neighborhood meeting tonight and talking to the other parents about getting your kids up off their ass and out of the damn house.
No. Speaking of, I'm not going to say who our neighbors are, obviously, but our neighbors have 2 little boys, and it was so heartwarming.
It was refreshing.
Refreshing, heartwarming. We were in the kitchen, and we looked out our kitchen window, and the boys are outside playing, chasing each other. And I thought, oh, isn't that nice? You know, I thought that to myself. And then Daniel said to me, isn't that nice seeing kids actually outside? And it was just something good. So our opinions vary about the online friend thing because I think you can make online friends, but I think it is very important to learn how to socialize out in the real world as well. So those
we're going to turn the page on this and move to something light. It's still about how stupid you kids are, though.
Well,
I saw these things.
Uninformed. I saw stupid.
No, you don't have to be informed about this. On first sight, you can tell this is asinine.
I'm scared.
I'm talking about this new fashion trend I saw on the news the other day.
Oh, this is stupid. Okay, anybody that does this, I'm sorry.
And they're sold out all over the internet. On one side, it's a pair of short shorts with your ass hanging out.
Like a Daisy Duke.
And on the other side, it's a pair of long, wide-leg jeans that scrape the ground. They're the same garment.
I'm like, okay, are they trying to emulate LL Cool J from like the 80s? Because
No.
he wore like one sweatpant up, leg up,
No, this
and
is
one
even
down.
stupider than that. You know, I feel like
You showed me the picture, and I thought,
this is the stupidest thing that I have seen in a long time. And I grew up in the 80s, so I saw some stupid fashion.
hey, I liked the 80s fashion. Dumb as it may have been, looking back, it was great being in it. So.
Okay, let me dial it back. I was born in the 70s. I saw some stupid flower fashion, too, okay? This is stupid. There's no reason for it. You know, you've heard of a dress for any occasion. This is literally a garment for absolutely zero occasions.
No occasion.
If it's too hot, the pants side ain't going to be right. If it's too cold, the short side ain't going to be right. It's the garment for no occasion. Stupid.
It reminds me of like mullet party or business in the front, party in the back. You know, it reminds me of something like that. It's a pant. The one side you're, classy, and the other side you a hoe. Like, I don't know. They're ugly.
And so
don't buy them. You look like a fool.
We'll wrap this segment up with one more lighthearted.
They're like, please.
And this isn't about how stupid anybody is. It's just about how some things need to go.
Oh, Lord.
I know it's nothing
Is
bad.
it me?
I promise
Do I need
you.
to go?
I promise you, this one's not nothing bad.
After 25 years of kicking
And I actually
to
feel
the
like
curb.
most people might even agree with me on this. Of course, they're keeping it on for some reason.
What?
The Simpsons and Family Guy. You gotta go,
Family
man.
Guy's gotta go. For
Bart
sure.
Simpson has been in the 4th grade for 40 freaking years.
Yeah, but it's kind of like
It's
if they stop now, it's like why would they? Because if they're still making money and it's like the longest.
why would they?
One of the longest
You know why?
running?
That's why I gotta
Isn't it one
appreciate.
of the longest running.
Definitely, but that's one of the reasons why I
but
have to
Family
love
Guy is
Jerry
just
Seinfeld.
stupid. The
Jerry
writing's
Seinfeld, he didn't care.
Family Guy sucks now.
Jerry Seinfeld could have gone on another 5 or 6 years and made a ton of more money.
He went out on a high note.
But he said, "You know what?
Yeah.
We're done. We've reached our prime, and as we're rolling back downhill, it's time to end this." I could have said that about The Simpsons 20 years ago.
Yeah.
I don't even know anybody. I know my son loves the video games still or whatever.
Yeah, you say this
But I
again a lot.
don't
Like,
know.
why is it still on?
I don't know anybody who still even watches the damn Simpsons. Now, the hard one for me is Family Guy because I
the
love
writings. That's because
Family Guy.
Seth
but
MacFarlane doesn't write for it anymore.
once again, just
It's
because
all
all
woke.
your actors don't grow up and go out of school, you still have to end a series sometime.
Yeah.
So enough with the Family Guy
Yeah.
and the Simpsons. And
They were great while they lasted.
Family Guy, one of my most favorite shows of all time. So.
I don't like it anymore.
Please
because
don't get on here and
it's
be like,
different.
"You don't like Family Guy, you're an asshole."
You can
I
like
love,
it if you
I
want.
love Family Guy, okay?
The old
I just don't.
Family Guy was good. The new writers, it's too woke, I think, for my liking. But it's funny, but I don't.
Yeah, you're getting. I don't know. I've just seen everything from them I want to see. I'm as simple as
You
that.
got AIDS, not HIV, but baby full blown.
Yeah, and you know,
one of the best ones.
you got great little musicals. It's obvious that you watched a lot of TV in the 80s.
Steaks and eggs and eggs and steaks.
So, I mean, I did love Family Guy,
I
but
thought you were gonna finish it.
it's run its course. Simpsons has overrun its course.
Yeah, but kids still love it.
Look, Days of Our Lives isn't even on NBC anymore. They make you cast that shit on Peacock. Everybody moves on. Let the sands go through the hourglass, Simpsons.
Them sands
Move on.
run out.
Move on.
Do you notice almost every show we mention Days of Our Lives?
I did not notice that.
Almost
trend.
every show we mention it somehow or another.
Well, this is not McDonald Carey. But like Sands of the Hourglass, eventually everything has to end, including this show, and it's over with right now.
All right, so thank you for joining us. I hope we didn't offend anybody with the rant or hurt anybody's feelings. If so, comment below. Hurt ours back. Until next time.
You're going to hurt my feelings?
I don't have any.
Good luck.
Stay tuned for our next episode, which is going to be some really weird news. So until next time, stay creepy.
Oh, and it won't be that long before we have other stuff to rant about, I promise.
No, there'll be a new rant probably before the week's up.